Hey guys, it's Troy.
I'm Matthew.
And here we are. One of the things that we're doing today, Matthew's been pestering me for a while, haven't you, about wanting to do a video?
I've been pestering him for a long time about doing a video, and today is the day that we're doing one. He's been doing a lot of stuff lately and having schedules, having to work late.
That's true. I've been doing a lot of work and some long hours. You know who else has been pestering me about you doing a video with me?
Who?
Some of our viewers have been asking about you and messaging me and saying how they miss seeing you and they enjoy it when you're on. So, what do you want to talk about today? I think what you really wanted to do was you wanted to go over the pens that we got, or
Yes.
you got more specifically, and these are ones since our last video together, which I think goes all the way back to Christmas, maybe a little bit before Christmas.
Yeah, I
even.
think it was like October or something.
Was it really that long ago? I don't know, buddy, but I'd have to go look. But you know what? Where have you been getting most of these pens?
Our viewers.
We've actually had some very kind viewers. I'm looking down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 different viewers on this list here have sent you some pens. Yeah, I think the last video that we did was also another viewer pen shipment to you, and I think Steph Jackson over in England had sent you a bunch of pens, and I think that was the last time we did a video together, I think.
And the way I got the Parker, I was surprised from this, because it was like, I came into his office, and I was asking him something, but then he was watching one of Steph's videos. So then I looked at it, and he said, "This is for a young boy named Matthew."
Yep. So Steph was mighty generous, and we shared some of those pens. So yeah, I think we got, like I said, 4 or 5 different viewers who have actually sent you pens here recently. I'm getting jealous because
Jean.
yeah, we
Larry.
Yeah, Jean, Larry,
Mary.
Mary, and Larry.
Another Larry.
Yep. So we've got a couple of Larry. Yep. And so anyway, let's. I tell you what. Let's hit some of them. You got a lot of Chinese pens. You got some Japanese ones. You got an Italian pen. Or a couple of Italian pens. So let's go ahead and start somewhere. Let's start with. How about these two?
Yeah.
All right. These two here. You're gonna have to hold them up a little higher, buddy, or hold them back a little bit from the video. There you go. He's got another one too. It's yellow, which actually it's not here in his hand. It's probably in his pen case. But
And wait. I think I know where it is.
that's all right. It's a Hero 616. Are these right here?
It's the same brand as this, just yellow.
Right. So here's the thing about this. You see that little arrow right there? You take one. It's got that little arrow that's kind of a knockoff of Parker pens right there. So it is
Nice.
a hooded nib, just like you would find on a Parker. And when you pull it off, you've got that aerometric filler there. So it's a Hero 616.
That's what happened when I was trying to take the cap off. This happened.
Right. So we got a couple of those. So let's set these down. We'll put those underneath the camera. So we know that those have been taken care of. All right. How about this? How about these? We just shared the Hero 616. How about the 612?
These are some 612s. I got a green one and kind of a burgundy one.
Yep.
And they also got a clip you can hook onto your pants.
So it's got a little more standard style clip. It's not like a knockoff of the Parker style clip. They're very lightweight, and it's a Chinese pen. It's a slip-off cap, and again with a hooded nib on these. And you've got the same aerometric style converter on those. A lot of these we haven't even gotten a chance to ink up yet because my life has been so busy, so is his, because between school and my work schedule. But we actually did ink up some of these, just not all of them. So these.
Yeah, like we inked up these, but not a lot of other ones.
So those were.
Some came ink, some didn't.
And those were his Hero, and those are the 612. So what do you want to show next?
I want to show these.
Okay, those are ones you got for Christmas from friends or family. Which one do you want to show first? That's one of your favorites right there, isn't it?
Yep. This was sent from
That was from Larry
Larry.
Baronis, Larry the pen bug guy. That was a Christmas present from him.
and this is nice. This on Christmas, this is the first one I opened. It said from Larry Baronis, and it was they said pick one you're gonna open first, and I just grabbed the one that this was in.
So, what is it? It's a Monteverde
It's a Monteverde Invincia.
Invincia, that's right. Now, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Green. So he knocked it out of the park on this one, right? Look at that.
Yeah, that's a nice shade of green right
Black, green. It's got a nice little utilitarian style clip, and
I was surprised when I got that.
so it's got a slip-off cap. But yeah, you know what? You're almost running out of ink on that one, buddy.
I did use it to write like 3 letters, I think,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
But it's a Monteverde, and this is
homework.
hopefully it'll continue to write for you. Actually, it's one of the better writing Monteverdes that we've had. I've had some problem with some Monteverdes, but not the Invincia here that he got. So that's actually a pretty good pen. So thanks to Larry for that one. Show what else you got. So we don't take up too much time. One of my favorite brands. What is it?
It's a Waterman.
And what kind?
It's a Waterman.
You don't know it by heart. It's a hemisphere.
And this was made in France.
That is correct. Now, I've got a Waterman hemisphere, only mine's blue, and yours is all silver with gold tone.
And I got this for Christmas.
Yeah, that was my gift to him for Christmas. It was going to be a pen that I knew was going to last for probably his entire life.
But this is a nice pen.
It is. It's a Waterman. I expect it to write well. I own a bunch of Watermans. If you could see the drawers behind me, you'll see I got a bunch of them. Waterman hemisphere.
This has a medium nib.
Right, that's why I bought it, because it had a medium nib on it.
A medium is my favorite kind of nib.
Yeah, me too.
I don't mind other nibs.
I mean, look, this is the list of his pens. We got to keep a spreadsheet that we're just looking at today, right in front of him. So here it is. This little kid here has got one heck of a pen collection going already.
I think I got like 70, 65 or something.
Yeah, so this kid here, he's only 8 years old, not yet 9, and he's got 70-some pens in his collection. So
About to turn 9.
how about your next one?
This is a bookworm. One of our viewers they didn't send us it, but they sent us
suggestion for it.
Yeah, they gave us a suggestion, and I got this for my Christmas present.
Yep, your mom had one. She liked it, and I also I'd already had a Delta Dolce Vita, and this is around the kind of the same color scheme and idea.
It's about a knockoff.
Well, yeah, it's made to kind of make you think, sort of like the Delta Dolce Vita.
But one thing, Deltas are way more expensive than these.
Yes, by a huge factor. So.
But it's a nice writer.
Yeah, it's a Chinese pen, and he's had that one, like I said, since Christmas. I don't know if it's a pull-off cap or a screw cap. Yeah, it's probably a pull cap. That's the thing about so many different pens and so many different styles.
This is the kind of nib it has, and
yeah, go ahead and we'll go screwing it the wrong way, bud. That's all right. We'll take care of it. Just it does come with a converter, and we get it filled.
And I like that kind of converter.
Yeah, we put in some Allegheny Arsenal Gunpowder Black in that one from Birmingham Pens. So that's just snap on. All right. This should look familiar to a lot of people.
That's a Pelican Twist.
It is. It's a Pelican Twist.
My mom had one. I think it is green.
Yeah, she's got the blueberry. It's like a dark, dark blue with a little bit of purplish red on the inside. Yours, however, is the apple.
And I noticed something. My favorite color.
Yep.
But on Christmas, when he inked it up, I tried to write with it. It was kind of scratchy.
Well, part of the problem was the ink cartridge in this one didn't want to stay in place like it should. Your mom's writes great. When this flows ink, it actually flows very well. and I think we just have a cartridge in this one here. But it's a clipless, and it's an inexpensive. It's a pen for beginners or for children. But the Pelican Twist is actually a nice writing little pen. So.
And this is a nice pen. I like it.
All right, so let's look at what else you got.
Let's go with...
Yep, some of your more recent acquisitions right there.
I think I got these in like January, February.
No, you just got these within the past couple of weeks or so. The past 2 or 3 weeks. And those were sent in by one of our viewers named Larry. Matter of fact, it's the same Larry who let me borrow one of his pens that I just recently did a review of.
Yeah.
So,
but these are some nice colors. The one I got, I think it is silver.
the one you already had was black. Well, I mean, they're all clear, but they have different color, sections and trim on the pen. So yours is basically black. Platinum Preppies. You know, if you ask me what the most underrated pen out there, it would actually be a Platinum Preppy. I use one every single day because they're inexpensive, they're reliable, the ink cartridges last a long time, and it's easy for me to pop one out, pop one in. But quite honestly, I think what I might do with mine next is eyedropper it, just because I can. But you know, for $3 or $4, these are awesome writing little pens. So you've got a black one, now you've got purple, yellow, and red to go into your collection.
And Daddy, next I want to do...
Yep, okay. You were also sent 3 Jinhao 599s.
From Miss Jean, I think?
I think so. We'd have to look at the spreadsheet because, like I said, he's got so many doggone pens now. But yeah, Miss Jean.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, it does. It does on yours. It doesn't on yours because it got cut off. Printing out your spreadsheet, but my spreadsheet I printed it compact. So, but yeah, Miss Jean sent him these along with some of the others. So he's got another 3 Jinhao 599 pens in his collection. So now he has a green one, a white one, and a clear smoke.
I think the last one I had was a red one.
Yep. And actually, your very first fountain pen ever
was a
red Jinhao 599.
And he bought like a whole 2 packs, and then he was giving them to people.
I was giving away a lot of Jinhao 599s. Now I give away these, which are a couple more pens that he was just recently given by another one of our viewers.
We gave one to Uncle Wesley.
Yeah, we gave a lot of stuff to pens to different people, but including some 599s, but not these ones. But yeah, so we got some Jinhao 992s, these came pre-inked, so essentially you got an ink sample right along with them. As a matter of fact, one of them is Colorverse Election Red, and the other one was Robert Oster's Bondi Blue. They kind of match the pens there.
Jinhao's might be cheap, but reliable.
This right here was another pen sent by one of our viewers. It is an Ultra, and it is an Italian pen, and it's got a nice little ink window there, and I haven't inked it up yet. It's one of those things I probably need to. It's a vintage pen, one of your older pens in your collection now.
You got a lot of vintage.
It's got a semi-hooded nib to it. So it's one of those, it's a gold tone, and so it's got a slip cap, and we're going to have to ink this one up actually and test drive it, which we haven't done yet. Hey, how about this? How about an eyedropper pen?
And that is a nice...
It's an Indian, but there's no brand name on it. You know, you look at it, it's a nice little no-name Indian eyedropper pen. It's still clear. We haven't inked this one up yet either. We kind of need to.
What kind of nib does it have?
I'll bet you it's got a fine nib because most of the Indian pens that I've run across have got a fine nib on it.
It doesn't say.
Well, I know that. I didn't put it in the spreadsheet. I didn't put everything in the spreadsheet. But it's got an iridium point, and that's all it says. And usually, in my experience, a lot of pens from India that come like this tend to be in a fine nib. So.
But it's a nice looking pen.
It is. It's a beautiful pen. So we'll be able to ink that sucker up for you eventually.
But it smells weird.
Yeah, that's the thing about pens from India. They tend to use a material that has a certain odor to it. So you got a Thornton's. I got a bunch of these. So a Thornton's disposable pen. I did a review of these here just a little while ago. So he's got that in his collection.
It's a nice writer. One thing I don't like about it is the disposable thing. Like once it's out of ink, you just chuck it.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of them. I got a package of 12. Actually, I bought 2 packages, so don't worry about it running out of ink. We got others. I'm more worried about it running out of writing because it's hard starting every single time. But when it writes well.
Basically, once you're done, you just chuck it, and then you can get another one.
Yep, basically. So this is one that you bummed off from me. Yep. It's a Wherever Supreme that I bought from the Pen Hero store. Matter of fact, you'll hear about the Pen Hero store here in just a little bit because I've got 2 more pens I'm going to share for pen mail that I had. But a Seafoam Green, it's an old lever filler, and you've got another lever filler. I think I gave you an Esterbrook.
Yeah, you did.
But here's
Esterbrook J.
Right. So here's a actually, you know, it's not a bad pen. It's not fantastic either. A few things I liked about it, a few things I didn't like about it, but I covered that, you know, like a year ago.
I like the color.
But he liked the Seafoam Green, so he bummed it off for me. So let's show another one.
This is a Cavalier.
Well, yeah, by whom? It's a Pilot. A Pilot Cavalier.
Made in Japan.
Right.
And this got sent from a viewer.
Yep, that came from Larry, the same guy who let me borrow his Visconti to do my review and to play with.
And that guy gave me 4 pins.
He did. He's the same guy who gave you the Platinum Preppies.
This is a nice writing.
It's a Pilot. It's a very thin pen. So here's the nib looks like. And so you know, eventually I may do a review of this one, or maybe you'll do a review of it.
But nice color, kind of marble, but.
Oh, show this one here. Do you know what it is? Oh,
it's a 3008.
A Wingsung 3008.
But this is just a pen. Once I got home from school, he called me in, I think a few hours later, and he gave this to me.
I bought 4 of them because I already had one of my own.
But this is nice.
And I bought 4 of them to give to family members and then to a friend of ours. So it actually is a very nice writing pen for.
It's a fine nib.
Yep, it is a fine nib.
It just says F.
Right,
so
F for fine. It's a Chinese-made pen. It's one of those that...
It's a lever filler?
No, it's not a lever filler, actually. It's please don't twist that in the bottom. Please don't twist that on the bottom because you're going to be squirting ink out of it. It is a piston filler rather than a lever filler. It's one of the things you don't want to do. So it's got facets all the way around it. I talked about that in pen mail for myself a little while ago. Actually, I did a full review, I think, of the 3008. And it's actually a nice... I mean, for the money, it's hard to beat. So it's kind of a TWSBI knockoff. Here's one you may be familiar with the name. It's Diplomat. And actually, I shared some pictures on Instagram of this. Instructions are completely in German. And it is. You're not going to be able to read it.
A person in my class could. He's from Germany.
Really? Cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is what it looks like. It is a all-plastic pen, with the exception of the metal clip and trim ring. And you twist it, and it's got that kind of a nib right there. It is. The guy who sold it to me said it was medium. It's not. It's a fine nib. And then it takes cartridges or converters, pretty much cartridge. It's a dual fold style cartridge. That cartridge in there is simply a cross cartridge. They do fit in here, although if you use a cross cartridge, you cannot use the dual fold concept. The dual fold idea, meaning you have duo 2 cartridges. Dude, stop yawning like that. Here I'm trying to do a video. That's the last time we do videos before you go to bed.
No.
But instead of the cross, what you would have, this is one of the original cartridges that comes with it. And it's got a little bit of ink left in it. You can tell a lot of it's evaporated, but it comes in a tube like this. You see, just like that. It's a metal tube, and you would stick your cartridge in it, and then you would stick another one in the other end, and you would pierce it, and then when you're done, pull it off, turn it around, and stick the other one on. So it holds those in here. So you would have one up the pipe and ready to go as a spare. Alright, so when you're not using this and you want to use something more modern, you kind of have to use like the cross cartridge, and that's what I did. And what I did was I pierced it and I flushed it and I put in the ink that I wanted. So I actually had a new ink I've been wanting to try. So, and it writes okay. I mean, it's not a bad writer. I had to flush it out really well before I could use it. Alright, also in pen mail, this one showed up today, and penherostore.com. Jim does a nice little job there. If you've ever gone to penhero.com in order to do some research, especially if you're into vintage Schaefer pens, Jim does a great work with his stuff. So I got this. This is one of the first pens I've really been scoping out when I first started doing research. I was looking for a nice fountain pen, and these were, you know, when you first get started and you look at the $50 price tag or so, and you go, I don't know. Actually had another few of the same series that were a little nicer. I kind of wish I had bought it actually back then, but he did have one of these, a Marquis by Waterford. So if you're familiar with like Waterford Crystal, same company. So it comes in a box like this, and the pen itself comes in a plastic bag like that.
And this is the pen.
You lift up the pillow, and you've got the booklet. It came with a converter, a standard international converter. It came with an ink cartridge, and that sits under the pillow. And
the pen itself.
Yep. So it's a nice looking dark blue. My wife thinks it looks more purple, but you got the clip there, and it is a screw top.
Just is it blue or purple?
It is Iridium Point Germany. It's IPG. So when I first looked, I was like, oh, not IPG. But then I wrote with it, and actually wrote fairly well. So it's
What's
got
IPG?
the Iridium Point Germany, and I'll teach you about that sometime soon. And I figured that I filled this up with Colorverse Cat. You know, as in Schrodinger's cat. Well, cat. Since it was blue, I figured it would match the pen very nicely. And so that's what I put into that. So that's my pen mail that just showed up today, and that Diplomat showed up yesterday. So we covered, let's see, we covered some Gin House, some Heroes, eyedropper pens, a Thornton, a Pelican, Waterman, Monteverde, Bookworm, Wherever, some more Gin House, a Wing Sung, Platinum, Pilot, and Diplomat, and Waterford. So
we covered 26 pens.
So his stuff, my stuff, so both of us, his stuff since your last video that you did together with me. So out of all these, what are some of your favorites so far? Oh, so you like my new one. That's what. How about yours?
I like that one.
We'll pull them out so people can see them.
Let me find it.
I knew that would be on your list. He really likes that Monteverde and Vincia.
And where's that other one?
What other one? Yeah, that's your Waterman.
That he gave me.
Hold it up. There you go. And you got a whole lot of Chinese. You got a whole lot of. And you got a whole lot of Chinese pens. And yeah, that's a Pelican. That's actually a German pen.
I like all of my Christmas pens.
Yep. You got a lot of pens to play with, buddy, and you got some lever fillers to play with. You've got some aerometric fillers, some cartridge converters to play with. You've got an eyedropper to play with, and a piston filler to play with. So you've got some of just about everything. All right, so his pen mail that he's gotten since the last video that he and I did together, which includes a lot of his Christmas stuff, and viewers have sent, thank you folks, you viewers who have sent him things, sent pens and some ink samples, you people have been incredibly generous, and I thank you, and he'd better be thanking you.
I will in a second.
You will in a second. How about right now? Here's your opportunity.
Thank you for all of the pins you sent me, guys. It was really generous of you. I like all of them.
And for those of you who have been asking for Matthew and for him to show up in our video, there he is. So, all right. Well, that's our pen mail, our joint pen mail video. And thank you for watching. We'll do another video sometime soon.
In a while.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.
Bye.
You farted. It's on.
It's the litter box.
It's not the litter box. He farted.
No.
He's sitting right next to me. He floated an air biscuit, and it stinks.
We gotta fart when we gotta fart.
Oh, jeez, child. That's nasty. Alright, obviously I'm going to cut all this out of the video, but I'll save it for an outtake.
What's an outtake?
Boy.
What's an outtake?
What stinks? Good grief.
What's an outtake?
Whew.
What's an outtake, Daddy?
It's when you share a little stuff like that doesn't make the cutting. That doesn't make the cut. You did another fart, didn't you? Oh. Oh, good grief. He's been stinking me out.
I've been farting all day long.
Here we're trying to do a video and he's sitting there farting. And
sorry, but you gotta do it when you gotta do it.
You see how close he is to me, and good grief.
I'm right beside him.
Oh, good grief. He got his hand caught between my chair and the stool that he's sitting on, and it hurt him. And stop yawning.
And this is my brother, Darth Vader.
That's the third time he's floated an air biscuit since we've been sitting here. Oh, good grief. Oh.
How long has this video been going on?
It's been going on too long because here you're farting up a storm. It's not funny.